1811 4000। यही कंज्यूमर हेल्पलाइन।
Hello and welcome to Call You TVI, the only show in the country which puts you, the consumer, ahead of others. Today we are discussing your mobile phone bill related problems, hidden charges and overcharging. All you need to do is pick up your phone, the same phone which might be giving you problems, and call us. The lines are open now. The number is 02240987300. We also have an SMS number which is 59995, or you can email us at oncall@utvi.com. Here on the show, joining me today to answer all your queries is Prof.S.R.khanna. He is an expert in consumer affairs. Sir, you have been working, you have also been assisting, you have also been advising Telecom Regulatory Authority of India on this issue of hidden charges. Would you please elaborate before we are joined by our first caller?
See, telecom companies are seen to have been violating regulations which the TRA has made. For example,
quickly tell me, what are the hidden charges?
They will tell you about one thing and then they will charge you another. They will start giving you a value-added services without your explicit consent and start putting money in your bill if you are postpaid. If you are prepaid, only God can save you, because they'll deduct the money and you won't even know how much money has been deducted for what. Okay, so this is happening on quite a large scale in some of the circles, and this has also been revealed by the TRAI's own surveys conducted, where they have come to know that overbilling, overcharging, charging for value-added services has become a common practice.
Now tell me, does it happen more for prepaid consumers or postpaid consumers? The reason being that 80% of the consumers in the country are prepaid consumers and 20% are postpaid. So as opposed to a postpaid consumer who has better consumer sense, who has a better knowledge, a prepaid consumer does not have so much of knowledge.
See, the main difference between prepaid and postpaid is the postpaid walas have a bill. Prepaid walas have to ask a bill. So they don't really know how much they are being charged until they are smart and they can carry on.
Right. Sir, we have our first caller with us. If you could hear us, sir, please go ahead with your question, sir.
Yeah, my question is that I had a BSNL broadband connection. My plan was a home 500 plan which gave me a free unlimited usage from 2 to 8 a.m. And when I checked the account usage for the month of March, when I checked my account usage for the month of March, I saw that I was being charged for the sessions which included this period from 2 to 8 a.m. And when I contacted the BSNL authorities, I was told that I'll be given this free usage only if I start my modem at 2 o'clock and I stop my modem at 8 o'clock. And I could not find these rules anywhere on their website, anywhere on the tariff plans. And later on they told me that it's their internal departmental norms.
Nitesh, I think Prof.S.R.khanna has got the question, so he will let him...
What this gentleman's problem is, hundreds and thousands of consumers have faced this problem. On behalf of the National Consumer Helpline, we have brought to attention of the TRAI, this is happening. They know it is happening. They have asked the MTNL and BSNL to give an answer, and what the answer has been giving is, our free offer is, if you log in at or after 2 a.m. and log out before or at 8 a.m., then there is no charge. But if you have logged in at 1 o'clock at night and you go on the whole night, they'll charge you for the whole night. So this is how they are twisting the words to bill consumers. Of course, when we complain, or a consumer, firstly, an individual consumer cannot complain to TRAI.
Right.
As consumer associations, we can do that.
You need to be 5 members in order to form an association and complain
not only
to TRAI.
that, you have to be recognized by the TRAI. So consumer voice, I mean, as voice society is recognized by TRAI, and it represents to them. But even after that, we have found that the instruments which the TRAI has to bring discipline among the telecom companies, which are huge organizations, they are very weak and the response is very slow.
Right. Before we move on to our next caller who seems to be online, let me remind you that today we are discussing all your issues regarding hidden charges, regarding overcharging in mobile bills. All you need to do is please call us. Our lines are open now. We have an in-house expert sitting here to answer all your queries. Remember, the sum might be low, but it's a huge issue. The numbers are 022 4098 7300. I repeat, the numbers are 02240987300. Call us now on any problems regarding your mobile bills. We also, it seems, have here with us Dr. Lairi, who joins us from New Delhi. Mr. Lairi, please go ahead with your question, sir.
My name is Dr. Sanjeev Lairi and I am living in Delhi. I use a Vodafone mobile phone. On at least 2 occasions, I got an SMS from the operator that a caller tune service has been activated on my mobile. See, as I had not requested for the same, I contacted the customer care of the phone company. And on both the occasions, they insisted that it has been done on my request only. They were just not ready to accept my contention that I had not made any such request. And they have deducted ₹45 on both the occasions. So my question is it all right for the company to start such a service and even charge for it without my request or my consent?
Right. Before we move on to the answer, let's also try and take one more caller, which is Mr. Pradeep M. Raja, who joins us from Amravati in Maharashtra, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Raja, if you could hear us, please go ahead with your question, sir.
Yeah, हाँ जी sir. Hello.
हाँ जी sir, बोलिए. We could hear you, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
हाँ बोलिए.
किस बारे में क्वेश्चन है आपका? Hello.
Mr. Raja, it seems that you are having some problems with your mobile phone billing, either hidden charges, overcharging. So please go ahead with your question, sir.
सर मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ?
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए.
Please go ahead.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. हमारी क्यूरीज है अभी वोडाफोन में और रिलायंस में.
हाँ.
रिलायंस मोबाइल.
हाँ पूछिए.
जो लोकल यहाँ उनका जो
तो क्या प्रॉब्लम हुई?
यहाँ का जो लोकल ऑफिस है ना, यहाँ पर क्यूरीज बताने के बाद उसका सेटलमेंट यहाँ नहीं होता और वो सेटलमेंट हमेशा पेंडिंग पड़ा रहता है. इसके पहले एक बार हमारा वोडाफोन कंपनी का हमने कंज्यूमर फोरम में इसका कंप्लेंट किया था, उसका सेटलमेंट हो गया था. उसके बाद में फिर से वापस करंट में फिर से और क्यूरीज उसके अंदर बाकी रही है.
अच्छा देखिए.
Right.
देखिए पहला, the first question was about caller tunes. They started sending caller tunes to you and they started deducting ₹45 a month from the first gentleman who has called. This is illegal under the TRA regulations. The TRAI regulations clearly state that no telecom company can charge for any value-added service. This is a value-added service. Apart from basic telephony, anything else, this is value-added service. They cannot charge until they have received the consent in writing from the customer.
Well, that's a regulation which has come in right now. Before this, it is a 45-day-old regulation.
Correct.
Prior to that,
this regulation has come up because we brought to their attention that look at the huge, scale where value-added services is being given without being asked, and that is what their own surveys showed. So they made this clarification. It is not a new regulation. Earlier also it was there, but now they have clarified it that it must be in writing, it must be by fax or SMS or letter, or if it's a phone call, it must be recorded. So he, as the consumer, can say, where is my consent? Show it to me.
Right. Mr. Khanna, let's try and take one more call because calls seem to be pouring in. Mr. Khanna, we'll just go to one more call. Rajiv is calling us from Ludhiana. Rajiv, if you could hear us, if you are still online, please go ahead with your question.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Rajiv, if you could hear us. Rajiv, this is Kumar from Condition Supply. If you could hear us, please go ahead. Please go ahead with your question, sir.
Boliye.
Actually, thing is that I'm Vodafone customer, so whenever I called up in customer care, first of all, जब भी कोई problem होती है, basically customer care होता है कि customer की queries को clear करने के लिए. लेकिन क्या होता है जब उनको phone पे कोई भी query raise करते हैं, तो they always said कि हमने आपकी request forward कर दी है, we will reply later. अगर उनको कुछ पता ही नहीं होता, जो बैठे होते हैं ना उनको तो कुछ पता ही नहीं होता और ऑलवेज उसके बाद कोई कॉल नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं है और उनकी वेट करते रहो या कोई जैसे एक्स्ट्रा चार्जेस के लिए कि ये क्यों लगे हुए हैं. जैसे मेरे क्या था
राजीव आई थिंक आई हैव गॉट योर क्वेश्चन. Rajiv, I think I have got your question. It's a simple question of getting a docket number which Mr. Sriram Khanna should be able to answer.
जब भी मेरी ये सलाह है,
please answer in English, sir.
Whenever you call to complain, which is your right, you call at the first instance to the call center. When the customer care person picks up, you have your complaint recorded, and before thanking him or her, you please ask for the docket number. Ki this complaint has been logged by which docket number? Write down the number. After a few days, if you don't get a reply, you call back and say, my complaint was registered on so-and-so date by this docket number. What have you done? If within a week they don't solve your problem, then you ask that person to give you the telephone number of the nodal officer, second tier. Then call the nodal officer, say this number, this call I had registered as a complaint, nothing was done for a week, now you solve it within 3 days. That nodal officer will also give you another number. Supposing he is also sleeping, like the first one, then there is a third level. So my advice to you is, don't give up on these guys, because they want to tire you out, they don't want to reply to you, but you hold them to account, call them repeatedly, get the numbers, and if they still don't reply to you, then I would suggest call National Consumer Helpline 1811-4000, log your thing, and we'll put all these things together and send them to the TRAI.
Right. On that note, we head into a break now, but a quick reminder, if any of you have a query related to mobile bills, all you need to do is pick up your phone and call us. The lines are open now. The number is 022-4098-7300. We also have an SMS number, which is 59995, or you can email us at oncall@utvi.com. We will answer them right here on the show. Right, we have an action-packed show here. We already have Sash, who is calling us from Mumbai. It seems he has a mobile bill-related problem. Sash, if you could hear us, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, my name is Sash Kalgutkar. I'm calling from Mumbai. I use Vodafone prepaid service. I just wanted to know, first thing, that can I demand for the bill for the prepaid service? First question. Second question is, if any problem with the Vodafone, where should I report and what all documents should I submit? That's all. Thank you.
From the first question, firstly, like Kumar has earlier said, more than 80% of the consumers of mobile phones in India are prepaid. So you are not alone in Mumbai. There are millions of people. Every month 1 crore new customers are coming, more than 80 lakhs are prepaid. So your problem is symptomatic of a big problem in the country. Every prepaid customer is under law and regulations of TRAI entitled to get a copy of the bill. You have to make a request for it, and you also have to deposit some money. I think it's about 10 rupees or so. But whatever fees you give, they are obliged to send you a bill, a detailed itemized bill, so that you know how much money they have deducted. Most consumers don't do that because they think, it won't work, they won't give it to me. But please make the payment, make a request. Secondly, if you have a complaint, you paid for the bill, it doesn't come, or you have any other complaint, call the customer care number of the Vodafone or any other company. Under the regulations, every telecom company has to have a customer care number. Anybody who calls the customer care is supposed to be given a docket number, and they are supposed to respond to you within a week. If they don't, there's a nodal officer.
Right. I think we have covered that point. We have one more caller, Yashwant, who is calling us from Mumbai. Yashwant, please, if you could hear us, please go ahead with the query, sir.
मेरा रिलायंस का फोन है, उसमें वो जो SMS आता है, SMS में वो लोग का क्या सिस्टम है? 25 रुपया भरते हैं, तो उसमें 100 SMS फ्री है. हेलो, हेलो, तो मैं 25 रुपए का मैं
जी, हमें आपकी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है.
हाँ, तो हमें 25 रुपए का वो जो एक उसका प्लान लिया था, तो वो लोग क्या करते हैं, जो बिलिंग पीरियड रहता है ना, वही टाइम में गिनते हैं और बाद में 1-1 रुपया लगाता है. तो दोनों टाइम मेरा ऐसा हुआ कि वो लोग को 25 रुपए में 100 बोलते हैं और 2 दिन में 100 किया, तो वो लोग ऐसे गिनते नहीं है और बताते नहीं है. ऐसा 2 टाइम मेरा 100 रुपया फोकट का गया SMS में.
Quite clearly a question of hidden charges.
This is hidden charges based on, they offer you some free SMS and they actually bill you more. Now there's a major difficulty that this case symptomizes, that when a consumer has a problem, the rules and the audit system is non-existent.
Tell me something, Professor Khanna, before we move on. How does a consumer who just has a problem with 100 rupees approach a consumer court, or let's say approach anybody or any grievance redressal mechanism in order to get back that 100 rupees?
Listen, the simplest way is create a docket number by calling the call center. If they don't do anything or they don't do it your way, go to the nodal officer. If he doesn't do anything, go to the appellate body. And that's where your thing ends. And then, if nothing happens, you involve a consumer body which is registered with them, like Voice or the National Consumer Helpline.
Right. We will try and take one more caller here. Rameshwar Prasad is calling us from New Delhi. Mr. Prasad, if you could hear us, please go ahead with your question, sir.
Actually, I am a customer of Airtel. Hello.
Right, sir.
I am customer
of Airtel.
You.
Please go ahead with your question, sir.
They are reducing my balance.
Yes,
I am prepaid customer, and they are reducing my balance often. When I contact the customer care, they don't respond immediately. After pursuing so many places and so many people, after a long period, they say sorry and they reduce. They credited my little amount, but not actual for what I am fighting to. And I repeatedly saying that again that the balance is going to be reduced, but they are not doing anything. How we can proceed in this case? Second, they have a charges for Hindu division करके है कुछ उनका. For that they are charging 10 rupees for few period. I want to cancel it. They say go for this number and say cancel. I have given so many SMS, but they are not cancelling the service and already providing deducting in my account. So how can I go to the higher authorities or any other agency to settle this?
See, on the first issue, he is being overcharged. So what he needs to do is to ask for an itemized bill.
No, but he's a prepaid customer.
He can ask for an itemized bill. He can deposit 10 rupees and ask for an itemized bill. They are bound to give it to him. Ask it for the entire period. Then he can pinpoint what is overcharged and make a complaint through a call center and also calling and also sending to their office a detail. These are wrong, you reverse me so much rupees. And log a charge. Log on the call center with a docket number that I want 155 rupees as per this list credited to me. Secondly, he can also make a call on the call center, get a docket number separately for saying that you stop value-added service, I have not asked you for it and I am not going to pay. And follow them up, if they don't do it within 1 week, to the nodal officer and to the appellate body. That's the only way you can do. If you go to consumer court, it's going to take you a year,
right.
And a lot more money.
On that note, we head into a break now, but a quick reminder, if you have any query related to mobile bills, all you need to do is pick up your phone and call us. The lines are open now. The number is 022-409-7300. We also have an SMS number, which is 59995, or you can email us at oncall@utvi.com. We will answer them right here on the show. Here it's an action-packed show. We have Anuradha calling us from Mumbai. Anuradha, if you could hear me, please go ahead with your question, ma'am.
Yes, Professor Khanna, this is Anuradha. I know this is about mobile bills, but and the mobile service, but I also thought generally it was also about the telecom industry per se. So, Professor, I have this very strange problem going on. I've done most of the things that you've said about the overbilling for the broadband that I have subscribed from MTNL. Now, I've been using it for almost over a year, and I don't get charged more than 1,100 maximum. However, the last month I got charged 6,659 when I raised a written dispute, and I had them, stamp it so that they know that they've received a written complaint from me. And I stating the same thing that you said to the gentleman about the calls from 2 o'clock. However, there is one more additional problem. I switch off my mode, my computer and everything when it's not in use. But when I switch it on, and when I go to the screen where it tells me about how many kilobytes are getting transferred and what is the speed, is it enabled, it says the connected hours are 6 hours and 38 minutes. It's constantly saying 6 hours and 38 minutes, and I do not know how to address this problem. I have, however, mentioned this particular fact in my letter to MT.
Right, it seems we have lost contact with Anuradha, but we have her problem. It's a very serious problem.
That she has been overbilled by MTNL. And the only thing to do is to say that you will not...
Professor Khanna, let me intervene. I don't think it's just a problem of overbilling. It's also a problem. She says that her phone or her mobile or her computer, when it is not in use, it's being shown that it's being in use. Either it has been hacked or somebody else is...
It may be. See, what happens is, if the modem is on, there is communication that is being recorded. You shut off your computer, but don't shut off the modem. There will be some data being transferred and it will show it is in use. So my advice is, when you shut off the computer, shut off the modem as well. There are two different things. Okay? I faced personally this problem. I got a huge bill once when I was new to broadband and MTNL also. Then this lineman told me, sir, you should also switch off the modem. So please switch off the modem, and if it is still showing that you have used it, then please make a complaint to the Sanchar Hart of MTNL, because Sanchar Hart is the customer care center. Do it in writing and ask for an answer in writing.
Right.
And they'll do that.
Let's take one more call. It is Supriyo Saha who is calling us from Jharkhand. Supriyo, if you could hear us, please go ahead with your question.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Hello.
Good evening. Please go ahead with your question. Yes. Supriyo, good evening.
Okay, sir. Sir, may I explain in Hindi, sir?
हाँ, बोलिए ना,
Please go ahead with your question in Hindi.
हाँ, sir, ये पिछले कुछ दिनों से मतलब रिलायंस या ऐसे ही मतलब दूसरे जो सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हैं, वो क्या करते थे कि मतलब आप जैसे अपने आप बैलेंस को उससे घटा देते थे कि आप इंग्लिश पैकेज को सब्सक्राइब किए या फिर और भी जिस तरह के जो वॉइस मैसेज के टाइप की जो प्रोग्राम्स के लोग आए हैं, लेकिन उसको नहीं करने पर भी वैसा ही होता था। सर, एक क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था, और दूसरा है कि सर अभी जो टर्मिनेशन चार्ज मतलब खत्म करने की बात हो रही है, तो उस पर भी क्या मैजिक वाउचर के तरह का कुछ ये लगाया जाएगा या सीधे सीधे इसको मतलब कॉल से सब्सक्राइबर को मतलब फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा कि आप सीधे ही सस्ते दर पर कॉल आप कर सकते हैं?
देखिए, आपने पहला जो आपने सवाल किया है,
प्लीज इन इंग्लिश.
The first question that you have raised pertains to charges for value-added services. A voice message, cricket information, music, caller tunes, etc. They are all value-added services. If you have not subscribed for it and you have not written or sent SMS or fax, they cannot charge you. And you should ask for a full reversal. And you should insist on a full reversal. And how much they have charged you, you can find out by getting an itemized bill, which every prepaid customer is entitled to. That is one. And the second question was regarding the
termination charges. Termination charges are coming to an end.
Termination charges. These are matters between the telecom service providers and their interconnection. You're not concerned with it. If some charge goes down, the companies will reduce their plan charges. And you are concerned only with the plan charge. Look at the plan you're taking for. And there's one more thing I want to tell you, Kumardeep. The Telecom Regulatory Authority has said one company cannot give more than 25 plans. So if there are 5 companies, a consumer has 125 plans to compare.
Right,
it's impossible to compare 125 plans. I can bet 101 rupees. Any consumer can compare and say which is the best plan for him. I will give him 101 rupees.
Right, sir. On that bet, that's all we have time for now. Call UTVI will be back same time tomorrow with Stay Hungry, where we will be answering all your career-related queries. Stay tuned, keep watching, keep learning. UTVI.